it is all happening here in the world during this crisis. And it is also interesting to know that the legacy institutions are having trouble keeping up with the current pace. And the public is starting to realize that even the financial service providers are not updated. And this is all being executed perfectly. If you remember, I told you that the chances are that CBDCs, or the central bank digital currencies, will be backed by the gold. That's why the central banks are actually holding this much of gold during this crisis. Meaning gold standard may still be there, but XRP will be a bridge asset or bridge currency for transactions. Now, to get much more clarity about that, you can actually listen to this.
This could make it easier for central banks to introduce a central bank digital currency. Third, geopolitics. Some countries could come out of this downturn in a much better shape than others. This could give them a clear opportunity to flex their muscles, especially in the digital payments market.
Yes, I completely agree with that, because some nations are really standing up and laying the foundation for the post-crisis financial world. And we can actually understand that if we are in the right place, we'll actually join them. But are you laying the stones for the future of your family? If you are receiving value out of the content, do hit the like button, subscribe button, and the bell notification icon to get updated about the future videos. Welcome to the Scientific Investor channel, where we discuss crypto and science behind investing regularly. Now, listening to the rest of that.
Finally, one comment on Libra. Facebook's plans for its Libra digital currency were recently updated. They argued that if central banks were to create their own digital currencies, they could integrate them with the Libra network. This sounds like an offer the central banks could not refuse. Yet, we doubt they will take it up immediately. The original multi-currency Libra coin is not off the table yet. For this reason, central banks will probably continue to look at the Libra platform with suspicion. Today, public authorities are still in crisis-fighting mode, but looking at history, we do know that the foundations of a post-crisis world are laid out in crisis times.
Yep, I agree. The foundation is actually being laid. Anyway, so if someone say it won't be XRP or Ripple, do really think about this, right? Because at the same time, you'll have a lot of questions in your mind, but you can actually clarify those with the information which we provide here. Like this, the first member of ISO-DLT so that is Ripple. So, as it is highlighted by the XRP researcher, we actually know that legacy institutions are having trouble with this. So again, thanks for Stedasto highlighting this. So we'll actually look what's next. Now, this one actually from XRP researcher is highlighting that point. And the IMF's given timeline is still there. So looking at that 2023 to 2025 range, they are still not able to do that. So SWIFT is actually lagging so behind. At the same time, here in the realm of RippleNet, its growth, adoption, expansion, everything is actually happening. So if you still doubt your investment in Ripple, then I don't think you believe in what is actually coming ahead, because when you look at the payments, don't just narrow down your vision towards remittance, because every payments need to be settled, and that's what XRP was designed for. And I'm here and I will be here during all the evolutionary phases of XRP. Now, in this one from I Am Legion, he's actually highlighting you that, the countries are actually working together. So he's actually showing that the blockchain connectivity between Japan and Europe. Yes, I know, Japan and Europe. I know. SBI and Christine Lagarde is now at the core of their financial system. So I don't have any doubt that XRP is going to rule that particular corridor. And when we actually kind of move on to see what is happening, what do you actually think is happening around America or Europe or any Western country for that matter? Because when China is coming up with this and they are doing such an initiative, you see, as a currency standpoint, their digital coin will have a lot of advantage. As recently we heard from Judy Shelton, they are adding more and more facilities within that, which there is a requirement for. So think twice, but don't waste your time just for thinking, because investing is a game of thoughts. So if you just go in, then you will be stuck there. You have to take particular thoughts, get out and invest. This from EJ, actually, I thought this is so bad, because when seeing this, say using PayPal, he sent $60 to his friend in Colombia and it took 5 days to clear. That is so bad. That is so bad. And the comment below, you see this from MoneyGram. So that is really gonna daunt. That is really gonna daunt PayPal, because when a financial service provider is coming out and saying we'll clear that in minutes with less payment, of course, because they are working with Ripple, because they are actually there commenting for PayPal and Ripple there. So it's cool. That's actually happening, and institutions like PayPal will actually have to jump in and partner with the institution to get on board, because as we are moving into new standards for payments around the world, this is the new ISO standard, and you can understand that this one is going to be the future of payments for at least next 20, 30, 40 decades. So in that aspect, we are already ready and rolling. Furthermore, along with all these fundamentals, the technicals are also looking okay. Now this is a shorter time frame chart, say 2-hour chart, in which you can actually see that we just broke above this pennant, but now we are coming back down. The point is, if we are retesting this area and bouncing from here, that is around, say the price is coming back below or near to that of 0.215, 0.212 or even 0.21, then it's kind of we have to see whether we are bouncing back above or not, because that's a shorter time frame chart, right? So when we actually move into a longer time frame chart, this is a daily chart, and in this we can actually clearly see that we were actually below this particular line for a long time. We broke above. Now we are at the top of this resistance line, and we are still trying to reach that top resistance area. Kind of every day we are trying retesting that area on a daily basis. If you see, we just went above, and this particular point there, the 0.22 level, was that resistance. So we actually went there. We are currently flirting with that level. So once we break above that, that's huge. Now on a 3-day chart, when you look at this previous pump here, you can actually see the volume was huge, and then we eventually came back down. Now compared to that, with this pump here, yeah, we got a bullish shaved candle. That was a continuous bull, and the volume was comparatively very much low. And what we have to see here is, during that last pump, we were actually in a positive range. Yeah, currently we are also in a positive range, but during that time the MACD lines were in positive territory in a 3-day chart, whereas now it is in negative, and it is just starting to kind of knocking the doors of that positive level. So if it is actually coming into positive level, we can actually expect a pump from here. Now that's on a 3-day chart. Now if we actually zoom a bit more out, go into a weekly chart and look at this, we can actually see something like this. Now yes, we can actually compare it with the 3-day chart as well, considering the same pattern, but when we look at the weekly chart, the perspective is like this. Currently we are here, and we have room to run till say around 0.28, 0.29, where the heavy overhead resistance is there, which is the trend line resistance of this particular line running from almost 2 years or 3 years, and then this horizontal line which is valid for 2 years. So that area will be kind of an overhead resistance, which will be hard to break through. But with all these fundamentals, I personally believe that that won't be a big issue, because looking at this on a 3-day chart, we can actually see all the valid touches in that territory, and we actually broke above with the change in that volume. And now On a 3-day chart, we are kind of entering the positive territory. So if we are entering that, then reaching point 3 will be soon. With just 1 or 2 day of pump, we are going to reach that point 3 mark, and we'll have to see how the price actually respond to that overhead resistance, which is shown here in the horizontal and the trend line resistance level. So once we reach there, keep an eye on the price, how it is responding, because the chances are we may actually wick down or create a fake out. That makes most of the newbies, or those guys who are not trading for long term, many guys are trading short term, they actually get stuck at different price points. So keep that in mind and trade safe. If you're investing, stay there, hold there, be strong. If you are receiving value out of the content, do hit the like button, subscribe button and the bell notification icon to get updated about the future videos.